It's happening now, quietly, powerfully, and without any grand announcement. While most of the world remains distracted by the noise of everyday life, something ancient and profound is stirring in the skies above. On the night of May 6th, a sacred unfolding begins. It doesn't arrive with drama or spectacle, but with a deep whisper, one that only the soul can hear. You don't need proof to know it's real. You can feel it. And if you found yourself here, reading these words, that's not by accident. It's part of the unfolding. It means you're already tuned in. Something is shifting, not just astrologically or energetically, but dimensionally. The fabric of our shared reality is starting to weave itself into something more expansive, something more aligned with the frequency of the heart, the soul, and the higher self. You could call it the rise of the fifth dimension, or the dawning of a new era of consciousness. However you describe it, this moment is a gateway, a portal, an energetic threshold, one that asks you not just to notice, but to step through. The energy moving in now is not loud or jarring. It's not the kind of shift that shakes the earth beneath your feet. Instead, it arrives like a breeze, subtle, soft, and yet deeply stirring. It's the kind of feeling that moves through your chest when you look at the stars and suddenly feel like you remember something you didn't know you'd forgotten. It's an inner pull, a quiet clarity, a moment of stillness that feels full of presence. And it's not just happening out there in the sky. It's happening within you. On May 6th and 7th, the Aquarid meteor shower will grace the heavens, drawing its luminous trails from the remnants of Halley's Comet, a cosmic traveler that has returned again and again across millennia, always reminding us of the deeper cycles of time and evolution. As those streaks of light cross the night sky, it's almost as if they're carrying messages from ancient timelines, codes of memory, stardust stories meant to awaken what lies dormant in our souls. These meteors are not just space debris, they're sparks of remembrance. They invite you to look up, not just with your eyes, but with your spirit. While the meteors dance overhead, the moon will be waxing in Virgo. This particular phase of the moon is a time of growth, intention setting, and sacred alignment. Virgo's energy brings discernment, purification, and the deep wisdom of intuition, grounded in practicality. It's the quiet inner knowing that helps you sift through the noise and remember what's truly important. Virgo doesn't rush. It listens. It observes. And under this influence, you're being supported in shedding what's cluttering your energy. Physically, emotionally, spiritually. The moon whispers, cleanse your path. Clear the space. Make room for the new. But that's not all that's happening in the cosmos. On these same nights, Venus and Pluto will form a sextile, a 60-degree angle that astrologers recognize as one of the most healing, supportive aspects. It may be subtle, but it's deeply transformational. Venus and Pluto aren't just planets. They're archetypes, energetic forces that work through our lives, our relationships, our very sense of self. Venus brings the energy of love, beauty, connection, harmony. It governs not just romantic relationships, but all the ways in which we relate to others, to the world, to ourselves. Pluto, by contrast, is the planet of the underworld. It's raw, deep, and intense. Pluto doesn't operate on the surface. It dives into the hidden layers, bringing transformation through facing our shadows, our fears, and our truths. When these two meet in harmony, as they do now, something extraordinary becomes possible. This alignment doesn't just bring surface-level love or aesthetic beauty. It creates a space where love meets the soul, where beauty is born from truth, where connection becomes a catalyst for transformation. It's like being invited into a sacred room within yourself, one where the walls are lined with mirrors. You can't hide here, but you also don't need to, because this space was made for healing. This energy is not here to punish or dismantle for the sake of chaos. It's here to gently help you see, to show you what you're still carrying that no longer serves you, to illuminate the relationships, patterns, and inner narratives that have silently shaped your life, and to offer you the chance to rewrite them. You may find that certain relationships suddenly feel different, more intense, more revealing. You may notice truths rising to the surface that you hadn't expected, or emotions bubbling up that you thought were long buried. This is all part of the process. You're not being thrown off course, you're being returned to it. And the only requirement now is honesty. Not performance, not perfection. Just raw, honest presence. Ask yourself, what do I really want? What truly matters to me? Not because the world says it should, but because my soul knows it does. Where am I giving my energy out of habit or fear, rather than love or truth? What am I still holding on to? Not because it fits, but because it's familiar. These are not easy questions, but they are liberating ones. And now more than ever, you have cosmic support to explore them. The truth is, most people won't even realize what's happening. They'll go about their usual routines, scrolling, rushing, numbing, without noticing the sacred dance unfolding above and within them. And that's okay. Everyone awakens in their own time, but you're here, and that means something. It means the universe is speaking to you directly. It means your soul chose this moment, and it means you're being called to walk forward, more awake, more aligned, more whole. This isn't about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you already are, beneath the noise, the conditioning, the old stories. The fifth dimension isn't a far-off place. It's a state of consciousness, a way of living where love leads, where fear dissolves, and where everything is understood as connected. We are not separate from the stars that streak the night sky. We are not separate from the moon or from one another. This time is about returning to that knowing, embodying it, living it. And yet, stepping into this awareness doesn't mean it will always be easy. Sometimes the shift can bring discomfort. Old wounds may resurface. Long-forgotten dreams might come knocking again. That's part of the healing. We are being asked to make space for the new by honoring and releasing the old, not with shame, but with gratitude. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are simply arriving, fully, finally, and beautifully into yourself. So if you're feeling more sensitive than usual, more emotional, or even more restless, know that you're not alone. These are signs that your inner compass is recalibrating, that your energy is aligning with something much bigger than what the eye can see. The restlessness is your soul stretching its wings. The emotions are your truth asking to be felt. Don't numb it. Don't rush it. Let it wash through you like stardust rain, cleansing, awakening, illuminating. This is a sacred time, a time of recalibration, a time of vision. And though it may seem like just another day to the outside world, your soul knows better. You're standing at the threshold of something extraordinary, and the path ahead is yours to walk, not with fear, but with deep trust. Take a breath. Anchor in the knowing that you are not lost. You are being led. And if this message has stirred something in you, if you felt your heart beat a little louder or your spirit lean in a little closer, then you know this is real. You know you're meant to be here. Stay close, stay open. In the days to come, more will be revealed. More layers will peel back. And with each one, you'll come home to yourself in ways you never imagined. This moment is more than a coincidence. It's an activation. The universe is speaking, and you're listening. So if this resonates with your spirit, take a moment to pause and affirm it. Like this video, if you feel the shift. Subscribe if you want to stay connected to this energy. And leave the number 777 in the comments to signal to the universe. I'm awake. I'm here. I'm ready. And if someone in your life needs this message, if you know someone who's been searching for something deeper, something real, share this with them. Sometimes a single message can open a door that's been waiting for lifetimes to unlock. Let's sink even deeper into this energetic moment and really feel the heartbeat of the cosmos. The sextile between Venus and Pluto isn't just another astrological footnote. It's a whisper from the universe, subtle but undeniable, weaving together love and transformation in a dance that's as ancient as the stars themselves. When these two planets come into harmony, something rare begins to unfold. There's an invitation, not loud, not brash, but potent nonetheless, to touch the most intimate parts of our soul and to do so with eyes wide open. This energy doesn't demand attention the way a fiery conjunction or opposition might. Instead, it invites you to listen, to feel beneath the noise of everyday life and notice the deeper currents stirring. Venus, the goddess of love, grace, and beauty, doesn't just float on the surface of affection. She embodies the magnetic pull toward what soothes us, what inspires us, what makes us feel held and seen. She represents the art of connection, the poetry of touch, the unspoken language between hearts. But Pluto is another story. Pluto doesn't concern itself with appearances or convenience. It rules the underworld, the unseen, the taboo. Pluto leads us into the very depths we often avoid, the places we pretend don't exist, even to ourselves. It's the keeper of our shadows, our secrets, our suppressed truths. And so when Venus and Pluto reach across the sky to form a sextile, what we get is not a collision, but a communion, a moment of sacred alchemy where the heart meets the soul's most hidden terrain. This alignment doesn't shout, it whispers, and only those who are listening will hear it. But if you do hear it, if you feel even the faintest tug in your chest, then you're already being called into something more. This energy isn't about chaos. It's about clarity. But clarity, real clarity, requires honesty. It requires courage, the kind of courage that looks at the beautiful lie and chooses the messy truth instead. This is the kind of energy that gently places a mirror in your hands and says, "Look deeper." And when you do, you begin to see what's truly there. Not just what's pretty or pleasing, not just what fits the image you've crafted, but what's real, what's lasting, what's raw. You might notice certain relationships start to shift, and it might confuse you at first. People you once felt close to may begin to feel distant. Conversations that used to flow might start to feel forced. It's not a sign that something is wrong. It's a sign that something is being revealed. This is the soul's way of pruning, of peeling back the layers, of calling you home to your truth. Relationships built on illusion, avoidance, or convenience may begin to crack. And while that might sound painful, it's actually a gift. Because when something isn't rooted in truth, it can't truly nourish you, and you deserve nourishment that reaches your bones. This doesn't mean everything must fall apart. In fact, for some, this energy will bring deeper intimacy, more honest communication, and a renewed sense of passion. But only if both people are willing to meet each other at a soul level. Only if there's a shared desire to evolve together, to grow into the next chapter, rather than cling to a version of love that has expired. This is the kind of love that sheds its skin. It doesn't stay still. It doesn't pretend. It transforms. But the most profound part of this energy isn't even about your relationships with others. It's about the relationship you have with yourself. Venus and Pluto want you to fall in love with your wholeness. Not just the parts of you that are polished and presentable, but also the ones that are wild, unhealed, and still figuring it out. It's a love that holds your insecurities and your strengths in the same breath, that sees your chaos and doesn't flinch, that welcomes your complexity and says, "You are still worthy." Under this alignment, your sense of value is being redefined. You may start to question everything you once thought made you desirable or lovable. You may find yourself rejecting the idea that you need to perform or please in order to be accepted. That's the Pluto influence, cutting through the conditioning. And Venus responds with a gentle but firm truth. You were never meant to earn your worth. You are enough, even when you are unraveling, especially then. This is also a time when old wounds may rise to the surface, not to torment you, but to be healed. You might find yourself thinking about past relationships, unresolved emotions, or childhood patterns that have been quietly shaping your current reality. Let them come. Let them speak. These ghosts are not here to haunt you. They're here to be heard, acknowledged, and released. Healing doesn't always come in a flash of light. Sometimes it comes in quiet moments of recognition, in tears that fall without warning, in a sudden memory that helps you finally understand yourself a little better. And throughout it all, Venus remains close. She doesn't let you spiral into darkness without also offering beauty. A tender song, a deep conversation, a warm hug, a piece of art that moves you to tears. These are her love notes to you. Reminders that even in the depths, there is grace. Even in transformation, there is tenderness. This alignment also asks you to take responsibility, not in a heavy, shame-inducing way, but in a way that empowers. Harji, what have you been settling for? Where have you been playing small? What have you been pretending is fine when it's really been draining your spirit? You don't have to pretend anymore. You don't have to make yourself smaller to keep the peace. You don't have to carry what's not yours. Let Pluto help you release it. Let Venus help you rediscover what truly matters. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, if this feels like too much too fast, breathe. This is not a race. You're not being asked to fix everything overnight. You're simply being asked to notice, to stay awake, to follow the threads of truth, one step at a time. This journey is sacred, and you're not alone in it. The entire cosmos is conspiring to bring you back to yourself, to help you remember who you are underneath the masks and the roles and the expectations. In the weeks to come, keep your heart open and your eyes soft. Notice the subtle shifts in your energy, your desires, your connections. Listen to the quiet wisdom within. Trust your intuition, even if it leads you in unexpected directions. The sextile between Venus and Pluto is a gentle but powerful threshold. It won't last forever, but its impact can be lasting if you allow it to move you. So here you are, standing at the edge of something sacred. You can choose to walk away, to stay where it feels safe, or you can choose to step forward into the unknown, into the depth, into the truth. Not because you have to, but because your soul is ready. And when you do, when you say yes to the deeper journey, you'll discover that love, real, soul-level love, begins with truth. And truth, no matter how raw, will always set you free. There's a stirring in the air, a whispering shift moving softly yet undeniably through your world, calling you inward in the most profound way. It's not loud, not dramatic, but you can feel it. Something within you is shifting, turning, stretching awake from a long, quiet sleep. There's a sacred invitation unfolding, a chance to see not only your relationships, but your very sense of self with clearer, wiser eyes. What once felt acceptable may no longer feel tolerable. What once felt comfortable may now begin to itch. There is no more pretending, no more skimming the surface. This moment asks for depth. It asks for honesty, the kind that reveals, not hides. The kind of honesty that peels away the masks we wear, not just with others, but with ourselves. The energy now sweeping through the cosmos carries both a gentle grace and an unrelenting intensity. It begins with the soft voice of Venus, the planet of love, connection, and beauty. She doesn't shout. She doesn't demand. She simply invites you to come home, to the love within you that never fades, even when you've forgotten it's there. Venus speaks through the warmth of memory, through the gentle ache of longing for something more, something real. But nearby stands Pluto, the great transformer, the shadow revealer, the force that does not tolerate falseness. He doesn't nudge, he excavates. And together, Venus and Pluto create a cosmic dance between love and truth, between tenderness and transformation. You might find yourself examining your relationships more closely now, not through the lens of habit or fantasy, but through the clear mirror of soul-level recognition. If a connection in your life lacks authenticity, if it is built more on illusion than truth, this energy will illuminate it. It may not happen all at once, but the fog begins to lift. You may start to notice the ways you shrink to keep someone else comfortable, or the ways you cling out of fear of being alone. You may begin to feel the weight of emotional habits that once offered security, but now feel like chains. This moment asks, are you loving from freedom or from fear? Are your attachments nourishing, or are they rooted in a deeper wound? One that says you're not enough unless someone else says you are. These aren't easy questions, and yet the answers are already alive within you. The universe, in its quiet wisdom, isn't interested in judgment. It's offering revelation, if you're willing to receive it. To face these questions with compassion is to step into a new realm of self-awareness, one that leads not to breakdown, but to break through. This isn't about discarding people or burning bridges. It's about getting real with what you feel, real with what you need, real with what you're afraid to say out loud. Because love that is true cannot be built on half-truths. Passion cannot flourish in the soil of pretense. And connection cannot be sustained by pretending you're okay when you're aching inside. The presence of Pluto ensures that whatever transformation occurs now will be lasting. This is the kind of cosmic energy that doesn't settle for surface-level healing. It wants to strip things down to the bone so that what grows in its place is solid, soulful, and unshakable. And yes, this energy reaches inward as much as it reaches outward. If you've lost touch with your own inner radiance, if you've been placing your value in someone else's hands, now is the time to come back to yourself. Venus, in her infinite grace, will remind you, gently but firmly, that self-love is not a luxury. It is a foundation. The love you long to experience with another must first be cultivated within you. Not in some performative way, but in the quiet moments when you remember your worth, not because someone said so, but because your very existence is sacred. This is not an ending. It may feel like one. A letting go, a confrontation, a difficult truth rising to the surface. But beneath all of that is the tender heartbeat of a beginning, a true beginning. One that doesn't try to recreate the past, but instead dares to build something entirely new. If you can walk through this threshold with courage, your relationships won't just survive. They will evolve. They will deepen into something richer, more aligned, more reflective of your highest self. But the first step is choosing yourself, not in selfishness, but in sacred responsibility. Choosing to honor your truth. Choosing to open your heart again, even if it's been hurt. Choosing to trust in the mysterious unfolding of your soul's path. The universe is leaning in now, whispering promises. Not of perfection, but of profound connection. True love, the kind that sees your shadow and stays anyway, isn't found by searching outward. It's born in the space you create, when you stop hiding from yourself. Soulful connection isn't built through chasing or performing. It's magnetized through authenticity. And spiritual peace isn't something you stumble into by accident. It comes when you clear the clutter of fear and make room for grace to enter. And as all of this inner transformation quietly stirs, the sky tells another story, a quieter, more grounded one, but just as powerful. The moon is growing now, waxing into fullness as it moves through the earthy sign of Virgo. This moon doesn't shout either. It doesn't crash into your world with drama. It rises with quiet purpose. It brings clarity not through chaos, but through order. Virgo is the healer of the zodiac, not because it avoids messiness, but because it knows how to sort through it with discernment and love. Under Virgo's influence, the emotional energy becomes focused, refined. This is a time when your thoughts begin to settle, when your intentions begin to shape themselves into action. The chaos begins to find form, and with the moon in Virgo, this movement toward clarity becomes a sacred act of purification. It's not about being perfect, it's about becoming more aligned with your essence. You might find yourself craving order now, not as a form of control, but as a way to make space for what truly matters. You may feel an inner pull to cleanse, not just your physical environment, but your emotional landscape, your mental habits, the energetic weight you've been carrying. This moon brings a quiet courage, the kind that helps you face your inner critic, the subtle doubts, the stories you've been told or have told yourself about not being enough. It doesn't berate or demand. It simply shines a gentle light into those forgotten places and asks, is this still true for you? Virgo's wisdom lies in its attention to detail, in its ability to see what others miss. It helps you see what has been hiding in plain sight, the patterns, the assumptions, the fears that have shaped your world. And so, the inner work deepens. It's time to get clear, to clean house, not just literally, but emotionally, to sort through what serves and what stifles. This process isn't glamorous. It may not even be visible to others, but it is powerful. Healing isn't always loud. Sometimes it's found in the quiet rituals, making your bed with intention, speaking kindly to yourself, choosing to stay instead of run, or finally letting go when staying means self-betrayal. These small acts become portals to deeper transformation. This isn't about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you are beneath the clutter. You are not the wound. You are not the mistake. You are not the fear. You are the soul who has walked through all of it and still dares to believe in love, in wholeness, in becoming. This moon calls you to return to your center, not to the person you were, but to the truth you've always carried within, that you are worthy, that you are evolving, that you are allowed to change. Together, Venus, Pluto, and the Virgo moon create a rare and powerful alignment, a trinity of transformation, love, and healing. They are not here to make life easy. They are here to make it real, to offer you the kind of growth that doesn't fade because it's rooted in truth, the kind of love that lasts because it begins within, the kind of clarity that liberates because it comes from deep soul honesty. So if you feel the stirring, lean in. If you feel the ache, don't run. If the path ahead looks uncertain, trust that your soul knows the way. The stars aren't asking you to have it all figured out. They're simply asking you to show up, to open, to choose truth over illusion, love over fear, healing over hiding. And in doing so, you'll find that the universe isn't just watching. You're co-creating with it. Your soul, your truth, your love. They're not waiting for someday. They're ready now. Under the quiet, watchful gaze of the Virgo moon, the energy around us becomes tender yet profound, like a careful whisper that invites us inward. Virgo, often misunderstood as merely a sign of perfection or precision, reveals its deeper magic during times like this. It is not here to criticize or demand flawlessness. Instead, it arrives like a soul artisan, a sacred craftsperson of spirit, gently sculpting the raw material of our emotions, memories, and inner landscapes. This is a moon that doesn't rush or overwhelm. It holds your truth delicately, like a fragile yet sacred object, asking only that you meet yourself where you are, with honesty, softness, and grace. There's something deeply intimate about the Virgo moon. It reaches into the corners of our being, places we often avoid because they feel messy or unfinished. But Virgo doesn't flinch at imperfection. It knows that wholeness includes every part of us, even the ones still healing. With each breath under this lunar energy, we are invited to step into a sacred space of self-reflection and quiet transformation. You don't need to force anything. You don't need to fix yourself. You only need to allow your truth to rise gently to the surface and meet it with compassion. This moon is a moment of spiritual gardening, of tilling the soil of your inner life and choosing which seeds you wish to plant next. The focus isn't on how fast those seeds grow or how they look to the outside world. It's about their authenticity, about whether they reflect the real, untamed essence of your soul. The Virgo moon asks you to become a caretaker of your own spirit, to nurture the intentions that feel most aligned with your deepest knowing. In this sacred act, you're not only shaping your future, you're remembering who you truly are. And then, just as the moon begins to rise and the veil between worlds grows thin, the sky unveils another layer of mystery. The Eta Aquarid meteor shower begins to streak across the heavens, painting the night with fire. These meteors, born from the celestial trail of Halley's Comet, do more than dazzle the eyes. They awaken the soul. Each flash of light becomes a reminder that the universe is not static, but alive, breathing, evolving, whispering its secrets to those who are willing to pause and listen. There's a kind of sacred poetry in watching meteors fall under a Virgo moon. The grounded earth-focused energy of Virgo meets the expansive airy energy of Aquarius, the sign from which these meteors seem to rain. It's a cosmic dance between detail and dream, body and spirit, earth and sky. And in that dance, something opens within you, a space, a silence, not empty, but brimming with possibility. It is in this space that you begin to hear the quiet music of the cosmos, a song that has been playing all along, waiting for you to remember it. These falling stars are more than just beautiful. They are cosmic messengers. In many ancient traditions, meteors were seen as omens or divine communications. The Egyptians believed them to be signs from the gods, sacred moments when the heavens reached down to touch the earth. In Greek mythology, they were considered the handwriting of fate, streaks of light that carried the will of the gods. Across Turkish lands, they were blessings from above, glorious moments when the divine presence kissed the sky and let itself be seen. These were not just beliefs. They were deeply felt truths, born from generations of watching, listening, and remembering the sacred bond between humanity and the stars. And today, even in our fast-paced, digitally lit world, the falling of a star can still stop us in our tracks. There's something timeless about it, something that bypasses logic and goes straight to the heart. When we see a meteor blaze across the sky, we instinctively make a wish, close our eyes, and send our hopes into the unknown. This ancient impulse isn't superstition, it's soul memory. It's the part of us that remembers magic, the part that knows the universe is responsive, alive, and waiting for us to engage with it. As these shooting stars dance with the light of the Virgo moon, a powerful energetic gateway is formed. It's more than a moment of beauty. It's a portal, an invitation to drop deeper into alignment with your soul's path. The clarity of Virgo merges with the mystical wonder of the meteor shower, creating a perfect moment to realign, to surrender, to allow your spirit to speak louder than your fears. Your prayers, your intentions, your quiet hopes, they all carry more weight under this sky. They are magnified, amplified, and held in the hands of something much greater than yourself. And as if this weren't powerful enough, the universe weaves yet another layer into this celestial tapestry. The rare and potent sextile between Venus and Pluto casts its influence into the heart of this moment. This aspect isn't loud or dramatic, but its effects are profound. It deepens the emotional resonance of the night, allowing you to access feelings that may have been buried or forgotten. Venus, the planet of love and beauty, meets Pluto, the planet of transformation and truth. Together, they create a doorway through which you can release the old emotional stories that no longer serve you and step into a more empowered version of yourself. This isn't a surface-level shift. It's soul-deep. This alignment allows your heart and mind to come into harmony, to work together rather than pull you in different directions. It supports a process of emotional detox, of letting go of grief, resentment, fear, or doubt, so that you can dream again from a place of clarity and integrity. You're not just resetting goals or rewriting affirmations. You're being asked to rewrite your relationship with yourself, to trust in your own capacity, to create a life that is beautiful, because it is true. This is not simply an astrological event. It is a spiritual experience, a celestial initiation, a sacred opportunity to come home to yourself in a deeper way. The Virgo moon steadies you. The meteors awaken you. The Venus-Pluto energy transforms you. Together, they offer a moment of sacred convergence, a divine intersection of energy that can reshape your inner and outer world if you choose to say yes. So, take a moment, step outside under the stars, breathe. Feel the earth beneath your feet and the sky above your head. Know that you are part of something ancient and holy, that your presence here is no accident. As the meteors blaze and the moon glows, listen closely. There are messages in the silence, guidance in the darkness, and healing in the light. You are being offered a rare and beautiful gift, the chance to begin again. Not as someone new, but as more of who you really are. Let this be the night you remember what it feels like to believe, to hope, to dream not out of desperation, but from a deep place of knowing that you are supported, seen, and loved by the universe itself. The falling stars are not just reminders of beauty, they are mirrors reflecting your own light. And in this sacred dance between heaven and earth, you are being guided home. Are you ready to follow that light? In the hearts of ancient civilizations, there was an unspoken reverence for the sky, a deep and intuitive understanding that the heavens were not separate from us, but intimately tied to the human spirit. When a meteor flashed across the night, it was not seen as a random phenomenon, but as a moment saturated with meaning, sacred and alive with possibility. People would stop whatever they were doing to look up, not just with their eyes, but with their souls. It wasn't simply about making a wish, as we've come to casually say today. No, it was something deeper, something holy. It was about aligning oneself with the mysterious rhythm of the universe, reaching into the currents of unseen energy that pulse through all of creation. When a star fell, something in the human heart responded. It awakened a knowing that we, too, could shed the old. That just as the meteor burned through the atmosphere, trailing light and brilliance, we could burn away our burdens, our grief, our disappointments, our regrets. These falling stars became symbols of release, fiery messengers urging us to let go of what no longer serves our spirit. The act of watching them was an invitation to surrender, to breathe out the pain, and breathe in the clarity that comes only after true release. And in this act, there was often a quiet moment of grace, a pause that allowed the soul to reorient, to see the path ahead, not just with the eyes, but with deep inner clarity. The Eta Aquarid meteor shower, returning year after year, is not just a seasonal event. It is a reminder that this ancient spiritual practice is still alive. These meteors, born from the trail of Halley's Comet, light up the sky with streaks of brilliance, as if painting messages across the darkness. And perhaps they are. Because if you've ever sat in silence beneath a sky filled with meteors, you'll know the sensation. It feels as though something is speaking to you. Not in words, but in presence. The falling lights have a way of illuminating more than just the sky. They expose the hidden corridors of our own hearts, casting light on the parts of ourselves we've kept in the shadows. There's something profoundly humbling and healing about gazing at a meteor shower. In the vastness of space, under the canopy of stars, we remember how small we are, and yet paradoxically, how powerful. It's in these quiet, starlit hours that many people reconnect with dreams they thought they'd lost. In the hush of the night, as the world slows down, we remember who we are beneath the roles we play, beneath the masks we wear. A single falling meteor can feel like a mirror. Suddenly, you're not just watching the sky, you're witnessing the truth of your own being. The meteors streak through the atmosphere with force and fire, and in doing so, they ignite something ancient in us. They awaken our longing, not the kind of longing rooted in lack, but the sacred longing of the soul to grow, to evolve, to return home to its true nature. As each meteor tears through the veil of night, it offers us a chance to do the same, to tear through the illusions we've lived under, to break free from the inner limitations that have dulled our light. It asks nothing from us but presence. It offers everything in return. Tonight, under this sky, you might feel something stir that you haven't felt in a long time. Perhaps a flicker of an old dream comes back to you, one you buried beneath layers of practicality, fear, or forgotten hope. Or maybe you suddenly recall a version of yourself who believed more freely, loved more openly, trusted more deeply. These memories are not random. They are echoes of your true essence, reaching out across time to remind you of who you are. In the quiet magic of the Eta Aquarids, these falling stars become guides, leading you gently back to your center. They remind you that there is wisdom in your wounds, that your path, no matter how twisted or painful it has seemed, has always been sacred. That every detour has taught you something your soul needed to learn. That even your heartbreaks were part of the unfolding. And now, under this celestial rainfall of light, you are being given the chance to choose again, to reimagine, to recommit to your heart's deepest truths. Across the ages and continents, cultures have looked to the sky with reverence and wonder. Meteors were seen as omens, signs from the divine, moments when the veil between worlds grew thin. In ancient Greece, they were thought to be messages from the gods. In some indigenous traditions, they were seen as spirits traveling through the sky, carrying blessings or warnings. In medieval Europe, they were seen as portents of transformation, foretelling not doom, but change. And always, they carried the symbolism of release and rebirth. In China, Meteors were believed to foretell significant shifts, turning points in personal or collective destiny. They were considered auspicious, not because they guaranteed a happy ending, but because they signaled movement, momentum, evolution. The stars fell because something on Earth was ready to rise. That belief carries through to today, even if we've forgotten the language. Somewhere deep down, we still feel it. That pull to look up, to make a wish, to trust in something greater than ourselves. The Eta Aquarid meteor shower is more than just light, it's legacy. It's a cosmic offering extending its hand to you. It says, here is your moment. Use it. Let this night be more than just another date on the calendar. Let it be a sacred turning point, a threshold you cross, not just with your body, but with your heart. Take this time to look inward. What are you ready to release? What stories are you finally willing to outgrow? What part of you has been waiting in silence to come alive again? Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself standing beneath the stars, the air cool on your skin, the night vast around you. Feel the stillness. Feel your heartbeat. Now picture a meteor cutting across the sky. Brilliant, sudden, powerful. As it falls, let it carry away something heavy you've been holding. Let it burn up your fears. Let it take with it the old narratives that no longer define you. And as it vanishes into the horizon, feel that space open up inside you, a space where new energy can now flow in. Tonight, you are being invited into co-creation with the universe. You're not just watching the stars, you're aligning with them. When you make a wish, don't just think it, feel it, speak it, embody it. Let your wish be more than a fleeting thought. Let it become an intention that you root in your soul. Let your desire rise from your deepest truth, not from fear or lack, but from the knowing that you are worthy of receiving. The sky is listening. The universe, vast and ancient and wise, is listening, and it wants to respond to the voice of your heart. This is not just a moment to dream, it's a moment to realign, to adjust your course so that it leads not toward obligation, but toward freedom, not toward perfection, but toward authenticity. You have a chance now to step out of the patterns that have kept you stuck. You have a chance to shed the roles you've outgrown and return to a life that reflects who you really are. This is the sacred alchemy of the stars, the way they help us see clearly, choose wisely, and live more fully. And as the moon casts its soft light across the earth and the meteors continue to fall like sparks of divine intention, know this: something inside you is awakening. You might find yourself feeling more sensitive, more in tune with your surroundings. You may notice synchronicities, symbols, or intuitive nudges. Pay attention. This is your spirit coming alive, speaking more loudly than it has in a while. Trust it. Follow it. Let it lead you into the mystery that is unfolding in this moment. You don't have to have all the answers. You only need to be willing. Willing to listen. Willing to feel. Willing to believe, once more, in the magic that pulses through the universe and through your own being. The Eta Aquarids are not just a cosmic event. They are a sacred ceremony written in the stars, and you are not a passive observer. You are a participant in this dance of light and shadow, ending and beginning, letting go and becoming. So breathe deeply. Open your heart. Let the sky move you. Let the meteors teach you how to fall and rise again. Let this night remind you that you are never truly alone, that the same light that streaks across the heavens also lives within you. And perhaps, just perhaps, tonight is the beginning of something beautiful. This path you're walking might at times feel like a quiet one. It might feel as though the world is rushing past you filled with noise and movement, while you stand still in your own sacred silence. That can be a hard place to be, especially when it seems like others are so sure of themselves, moving with a sense of certainty you don't always feel. But let me gently remind you, just because your path doesn't look like theirs doesn't mean you're lost. It doesn't mean you're behind. It means you're being invited into something different, something deeper. There is a kind of strength that's born in solitude. It's not the loud kind of strength that needs to prove itself. It's quiet, rooted, unwavering. It comes from within. And when you begin to let go of the pressure to keep up, to conform, to match the pace or the expectations of others, something magical happens. You start to hear your own voice more clearly. You begin to feel what's true for you, not because someone else told you, but because your own soul is speaking. And when your own soul speaks, there's no confusion. There's just knowing. That's what this journey is calling you toward. Not toward imitation, but authenticity. Not toward noise, but clarity. And yes, there will be moments where this feels isolating, where you look around and realize you no longer fit into the places or roles that once felt comfortable. That's not because you're doing something wrong. It's because you're growing. You're evolving. You're beginning to align with the deeper rhythm of your life. And when you do that, things that no longer match that rhythm will begin to fall away. People may drift. Old dreams might dissolve. Even parts of yourself that you once clung to may feel like they're fading. But what's left behind? What remains? That's the gold. That's the truth. This kind of transformation doesn't happen on the surface. It doesn't come through noise or external validation. It arrives in stillness, in surrender, in those quiet moments when you choose to listen to your heart, even when the world is telling you something different. It's in those moments of inner clarity that you begin to remember who you truly are. And that remembrance is your power. The loneliness you might feel along the way isn't a punishment. It's a sacred container. It's a space created by the universe so you can hear what you couldn't hear before. It's where distractions fall away, where illusions crumble, and where the truth of your soul is finally allowed to rise. In that space, you begin to understand that your uniqueness is not a burden. It's your gift. You're not meant to be like everyone else. You're meant to be you. And that means walking a path that might look very different than the ones around you. But different doesn't mean wrong. It means courageous. It means aligned. And right now, as the celestial energies shift and move above you, they are reflecting that same invitation back toward you. This cosmic alignment isn't random. It's purposeful. It's synchronistic. It's like a mirror in the sky, showing you that the transformations you're feeling within are valid and supported. This is the kind of moment astrologers and seers have spoken of for centuries. A time when the veil between the seen and unseen grows thin, and the soul can see more clearly. You might notice intuitive nudges becoming stronger, dreams becoming more vivid, emotions rising to the surface that you thought you'd long buried. That's all part of it. This energy is not just washing over you. It's stirring things awake. It's guiding you to look more deeply within yourself and to trust what you find. The more you open to it, the more it opens to you. It's a co-creative process, one where your willingness to participate directly shapes what unfolds. This is not the time to doubt your inner voice. This is the time to honor it. Even if that voice is soft, even if it's unsure, if it's coming from a place of love, of truth, of alignment, it's worth listening to. Speak your truth, even if your voice trembles. Stand in your vision, even if no one else sees it yet. Because this is the beginning of a journey that isn't just about personal transformation, it's about spiritual awakening. It's about stepping into the kind of life that is deeply meaningful, powerfully connected, and fully alive. If you feel a stirring in your heart tonight, listen to it. That pull you're feeling? It's not your imagination. It's not just another thought. It's the universe speaking to you through your own intuition, calling you back home to yourself. This moment is more than just another night under the stars. It's a threshold, a sacred invitation to align, awaken, and step into a deeper version of who you're meant to be. And no, you're not alone. You're never truly alone. Look up at the night sky and know that it is watched over every soul that has ever walked this earth. Know that you are part of something vast, ancient, and incredibly beautiful. This meteor shower, these stars, this celestial dance, it's not separate from you. It's a reflection of you. The light you see above is the same light that exists within. And when you begin to live from that place, everything changes. This path is not a test. It's not some cosmic obstacle course to prove your worth. Your worth has never been in question. Instead, this is a path of revelation, of remembrance, of peeling back the layers of conditioning and expectation until what remains is the purest essence of who you are. And that essence, it's sacred, it's powerful, it's needed. Not everyone will walk this path. Not everyone is ready to go this deep. But if you are, if you feel that calling in your heart, then you are among the rare few who are here to create a ripple that stretches far beyond what the eye can see. The impact you make when you live in alignment with your truth may not always be visible, but it's profound, energetic, transformative. The world doesn't just need more people, it needs more awake people. People who are willing to feel, to heal, to break patterns, and to lead from love. So if you're ready, truly ready, let the universe know. Whisper it into the wind. Write it down in your journal. Speak it under the stars. I am ready. I am ready to grow. I am ready to align. I am ready to remember who I am. And from there, take small steps. Let this energy move through you, guide you, teach you. Over the next 48 hours, the energy is ripe for breakthrough. But you must be open. You must be willing. You must be present. Aligning with the cosmos isn't about doing something big or dramatic. It's about tuning in, being available, letting yourself be changed. Begin by releasing what you no longer need. The old pain, the resentment, the regret. It's heavy, and it's not meant to come with you on this next leg of the journey. Allow yourself to feel it, honor it, and then set it down. Cry if you need to. Breathe deeply. Forgive yourself. This isn't weakness. It's powerful emotional alchemy, and it's one of the most important ways to align with the energetic shifts around you. Then, turn toward silence. We live in a world that's constantly talking, constantly buzzing, but real wisdom comes in the quiet. Take time tonight to just be. Close your eyes. Breathe. Listen, not to the world, but to your soul. There's so much it wants to say, but it needs space to speak. When you cultivate silence, you create that space. You create a sacred pause in which the divine can enter. If you feel drawn, deepen your spiritual practices. This energy is a gateway, a portal. It will accelerate whatever you choose to focus on. So if you've been wanting to reconnect with tarot, energy healing, journaling, stargazing, or any other sacred modality, now is the time. Even if it's just for a few minutes, your intention matters. Your willingness matters. Your heart matters. Nature is also a potent ally right now. Spend time under the sky. Watch the stars fall. Feel the cool air on your skin. Let yourself be reminded that you are not separate from this earth. You are of it. And it supports you. It holds you. It wants you to flourish. Above all, trust this process. Trust that the discomfort is part of the unraveling. that the confusion is part of the clearing, that the loneliness is part of the awakening. This is not the end of your journey. It's the beginning of a more truthful one. One where you are no longer living by default, but by design. A sacred design, written not by the world, but by your own soul. So walk forward with courage, with grace, with the deep knowing that you are not lost. You are becoming, you are remembering, and you are rising into the version of yourself that this world so deeply needs. In the vast and infinite dance of the cosmos, one of the most profound tools you have at your disposal during moments of intense celestial energy is setting clear, intentional goals. The power of intention cannot be overstated. When you align your energy and your desires, it creates a powerful beacon, a frequency that not only amplifies your thoughts, but also sends them out into the universe with clarity and purpose. This act of alignment is like planting seeds in fertile soil, ensuring they have the space to grow and the energy to flourish. In ancient astrological wisdom, times like these are seen as potent opportunities. Times when the veil between worlds is thinner and the energy of creation is heightened. It is a moment to speak your desires into existence, not just as a wish, but as a conscious declaration of what you are ready to manifest. So take a moment, breathe deeply, and ask yourself the most important questions of your soul. What is it that I truly want to shift in my life? What do I want to create or transform? In these moments, do not shy away from boldness or clarity. Do not settle for half-hearted wishes or vague desires. Speak your truth. Be honest with yourself about what you desire, and be courageous enough to ask for it. Whether it's a specific goal, a change in perspective, or a transformation in your life's path, now is the time to articulate it. Write it down in a journal, say it out loud, or share it with a trusted friend or loved one. There's power in vocalizing your intentions and sharing them with the world. It sends a signal to the universe that you are open, ready, and willing to receive. In doing so, you are also opening yourself to the energy that will help guide you toward your highest potential. But while your intentions are being set, remember that grounding yourself is just as vital. It is easy to get caught up in the excitement and swirl of celestial energy, to feel like you are floating in an ocean of possibility. But true transformation requires a foundation, a solid anchor that keeps you rooted in your truth, even as you reach for the stars. In the midst of all this cosmic energy, it is important to stay connected to the earth. Ancient teachings remind us that when the planets are active and the energy of the universe is flowing, we must be mindful of our connection to the ground. Without it, we risk being carried away by the waves of change, without the stability we need to withstand them. One of the simplest, yet most powerful ways to ground yourself is to reconnect with nature. Go outside, take off your shoes, and feel the earth beneath your feet. Stand under a tree or by a flowing river. Let your senses awaken to the beauty of the world around you, the feeling of the cool grass beneath your toes, the wind brushing your face, the sound of birdsong in the air. This grounding practice helps you stay centered, even when the energy around you feels intense or overwhelming. The earth has an innate ability to support you and hold you steady. Allow yourself to be held by her nurturing embrace, knowing that she is the foundation upon which you can rise higher and deeper into your spiritual journey. When you honor these ancient practices, setting your intentions with clarity and grounding yourself in the earth, you are not just going through the minimum. You are actively participating in your own transformation. You are choosing to say yes to something greater than yourself. You are allowing the universe to guide you, to support you, and to shape you into something new, something more powerful and more aligned with your true self. These practices are not separate from you. They are a reflection of the divine within you. They are tools for empowerment, for awakening, and for healing. They allow you to align with your highest potential and step into the fullness of who you are meant to be. As you stand at this threshold of transformation, I invite you to reflect on the bigger picture. Are you ready to let the old, outdated parts of yourself fall away? Are you prepared to make space for something more aligned, more authentic, and more beautiful to emerge? This is the pivotal moment, the one where everything you have learned, experienced, and overcome has brought you to this point. The energy of the cosmos is ready to help you shed what no longer serves you, so that you can step into the highest version of yourself. But to do so, you must surrender. Not surrender in the sense of giving up or resigning to fate, but surrender in the sense of trusting the divine flow of life. Surrendering means allowing yourself to trust the timing of the universe, to trust the path that is unfolding before you, even when it is different from what you expected. It means letting go of the need to control every detail and instead allowing the universe to surprise you. When you surrender, you release the fear of the unknown and embrace the belief that life has a way of guiding you exactly where you need to go. It's like stepping into the river of life, trusting that it will carry you to where you are meant to be. Even if the currents are strong and the way ahead is unclear, every experience you've had, every triumph and every challenge has been a part of a larger, divine plan. There are no coincidences in the grand design of the universe. Every event, every interaction, and every emotion has led you to this very moment. The universe has been patiently preparing you for the transformation that is unfolding now. And while it may seem like you are standing at the edge of something vast and unknown, know this: you are not alone. The universe is inviting you to step forward, arms wide open, into the next chapter of your journey. It is urging you to trust, to be brave, and to receive the gifts that are waiting for you. True transformation begins when we stop resisting the flow of life and start receiving what is being offered to us. It's in the moments when we allow ourselves to be open to the beauty, the magic, and the unknown that life begins to align with our deepest desires. The universe has a way of bringing forth unexpected opportunities, blessings, and moments of serendipity, but they only unfold when you are willing to say yes, to surrender to the divine timing of it all, and to trust that everything is unfolding in perfect harmony. So, as you move forward on this journey of transformation, I encourage you to stay open, stay grounded, and stay connected to your inner truth. Know that you are exactly where you need to be, and everything that is happening right now is part of a greater plan. Even when it feels uncertain, trust that you are being guided with love and support. And if this message resonates with your heart, if it speaks to your soul in a way that feels deeply personal, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you care about. Let this ripple of transformation spread to others so that the collective energy of change can flow even more powerfully. In the days and weeks to come, remember that you are a part of something much bigger than yourself. You are a thread in the vast tapestry of the universe, and your actions, your intentions, and your energy matter. Embrace this time of transformation with an open heart, and know that the journey ahead will bring you closer to the person you are meant to be. Until we meet again, stay open, stay grounded, and trust the unfolding path before you. You are exactly where you need to be, and the best is yet to come.